Hey guys, what's up? Majestic Gaming here, and I'm super excited to start reviewing the Halo Mattel series that was just released on Amazon really recently. Obviously, these figures are brand new. This is really big for Halo collectors since we're moved away from McFarlane and we're now on to this new company that's making all the new figures. So I figure the best figure to start out with is Linda because she's a figure we've wanted an action figure of for a long time and we've never gotten. And overall, I can't wait to start talking about the Mattel figures. I've heard some things about them, if they're good or not, but I just want to talk about the packaging first because I love the packaging for these Mattel figures. It shows obviously who you're getting, Linda, it shows the alpha crawler, and there's the part inside. It gives you a clear view of the figure itself. There's a picture of Linda, and then on the back it also shows all her armor off and on, 30 points of articulation, which we've heard obviously for a while. Then it shows the rest of the figures in this line and the alpha crawler that you get if you get all 6 figures. And then obviously we're just going to turn around to the front. So yeah, I do love the packaging. I haven't seen them in stores yet. I heard maybe around July, August they'll be in stores, but why wait that time if you can just go ahead and get it now. So let's open up the figure and see how Mattel does with their first Halo line. Alright guys, so here's the first Linda figure ever made out of the box, and overall my thoughts right now were pretty mixed. There are some things I like about it, some things I don't, but I'm going to kind of go through the accessories, the few things you get with it, the weapons, the pegs, and the crawler part, and then kind of talk about the figure, the things I like, the things I don't like, and just pretty much give you guys what I'm thinking right now. So obviously you get the main figure, which I'll talk about in a sec. You get this pistol, which is all black for some reason. Kind of wish they'd done more detail on that. You get 2 pegs in a bag, and then last you get the crawler part, which I have to say actually has a pretty good amount of weight to it. I like the gold on it, even though that's not accurate. I think the inside could use a little more paint work, but still, I also like that it's articulated a little bit, the mouth. So obviously we'll have to wait till the very end with the crawler, but I think it looks pretty good right now. But you also get Nornfang with this. I'm going to leave it in her hand right now, but obviously you can tell this Nornfang is not even close to accurate in the game. It is a little bit, the shape's obviously a pretty standard sniper rifle, with a couple of added things. And you have the yellow accents that are on it, which I think do look good, even though the rest of it's gray and not brown like it's supposed to be. So that's really disappointing. You can't even really tell it's Nornfang unless you were like told or you know, because it's Linda's weapon. But overall, I'm pretty disappointed about Nornfang. But let's talk about the figure. She can stand. Okay, so overall, there are some things I like about it and some things I don't. First, I like the articulation. You can tell that it has so much articulation, a lot more than a lot of the McFarlane figures later had. You can move the arms, you can move the legs, the head, pretty much everything about her you can move a ton. Obviously, you have to go through and put all the armor on that she wears, which was kind of a pain, but it was kind of fun at the same time. I don't really know what to think about that right now, but the articulation's still great. A couple of them I had trouble getting on, but once they like snap into place, oh, will she stand? Okay, well once they snap into place, you do like, they do end up working out pretty well. There we go. So the sculpt, I think, for most parts is pretty good. The biggest thing that bothers me about her the most is the color, the paint. Obviously Linda, if you don't know, she's brown. This is kind of a faded looking brown. I'm not a really big fan of it. It's just the brown that this kind of part right here, like if I can zoom in, I'm gonna turn upside down. This part on her head, that's the part that it should have been for pretty much the entire figure. Not this faded brown that I'm not a huge fan of, and you really can't tell it's Linda that much. Obviously the pictures make it look a lot browner, so if you look at the pictures and you're like, wow, that looks like a comic accurate Linda, comic accurate, game accurate Linda, then you're going to be disappointed because those pictures obviously aren't close to what the figure is at all, as you can see right here. I do kind of like it. There are some things, that's mainly my biggest gripe with the figure, is that the paint is just not even close to what it should be. And Nornfang, the standing, like how she poses is pretty good. You can get lots of good poses with her. Like that's pretty cool. I'm still working on getting a pretty good one with her holding Nornfang, but I'll probably just put the pistol on her side. And like I said about the pistol before, it does kind of stink that it's just all black, but she does look pretty good for the most part. Obviously, like these parts on the back with the gray, with the brown, you do have to put those on. And like I said, it is kind of a pain at first, but you get used to it. And overall for their first figure, I would say it's alright. I wouldn't say it's great. I don't love it and I don't hate it. The color is the main thing that bothers me. The paint on her itself and Nornfang, which, like, obviously you can't even really tell that's Nornfang. She stands pretty well. She, pretty much everything about her is pretty good. Just the color is the main thing. And also the sculpt on her, it looks alright. It looks how she does in the game. There are lots of game accurate parts like the brown that's on her chest, the blue streak, the brown that's on her helmet. And I do think the Argus sculpt for her helmet does look pretty good. Let me see if I can get a better view. There we go. That can focus. But it does look pretty good, I think. If you look around, yeah, there you go. And I do like how it looks for the most part, the Argus helmet. The rest of the armor, it is more accurate than I thought it would be for the most part. The armor itself has the little, I guess, scopes on her armor right here. And it does just look pretty good, the sculpt for the most part, but the paint, like I said, is the main thing that bothers me. But you can get her in some good poses. I'm going to try after this review and mess around with her a little bit more. There you go. And see what other poses I can get her in with Nornfang. Hopefully some good ones. And, oh, one more thing that I forgot to mention. Getting the weapons in her hand was more of a pain. There is something that I do want to mention that I think is pretty big for a lot of people. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, so you can see her hand right here. It does have a separated trigger finger, if I can pull that out. Ugh. There you go, if you can see that. It does have a separated trigger finger, which never really bothered me a ton with the McFarlane figures, but I know it bothered a lot of other people. So you don't have to get, like, a heater now and, like, heat it up or hot water. You can just have it separated right from when it starts, and it does fit really well with the, that was my phone. It does fit really well with the figure itself and how the guns go in it. So I do think the figure looks pretty good. The sculpt, like I said, the paint, hopefully that's just this figure. Obviously some of the other ones like the Helios Grill, which is the one I'm planning on getting next, that should have better paint obviously as we've seen in the pictures, but the pictures can lie, and I haven't really seen any reviews of other people doing the 6-inch series yet. But like I said, the figure is alright. If Linda's one of your favorites, then I'd probably pick this up just because it's the only one that's been made so far. Like I said before, the packaging I think looks good. And if you're a big fan of Linda, you should probably pick this up. But if you were, or if you're a big fan of like Halo lore and the books and stuff, or Blue Team, but if you're just like a casual Halo person that's just trying to get a cool figure, I would probably wait for some other ones like the Helios Grill, that are more, I would say, that are probably better figures overall just with the paint. But they do have a different feel to them. They feel, the first thing that I thought of was kind of like McDonald's toys. They feel a lot more plastic, which may make some people disappointed, but as long as it like looks good on display, it doesn't bother me a ton. Like I said, this figure's okay. Unless you're like die-hard Halo fan or a collector, I'd probably skip this one, but that doesn't mean all Mattel's like bad. I'm gonna keep giving them a chance. And I think this is alright for their first figure. I just wish they had done a lot better with the paint, their first figure that I'm reviewing. And I am happy that even though it's not the best figure paint-wise, and paint-wise with the Nornfang, that we do finally get a Linda figure after all this time, and I feel like it's taken them just so long. So, yeah, tell me if you guys have this figure, what you think of the review, if you want me to review the other 6-inch figures, and pretty much just keep on telling me your thoughts on Mattel, and what do you think of this, if you have it, versus some of the McFarlane figures. Alright guys, thanks for watching, Majestic Gaming.